So like Ziad said, I'm Danielle Aslam, and I'm with the Waste Board. I work in the Local Assistance Division, so I work directly with cities in LA County. And the Waste Board has a strategic directive, so the strategic directives are basically what our board uses to direct all of their activities. So we have a strategic directive 6.1, which calls for a reduction in the amount of organics going to the landfill by 50% by the year 2020. And that's going to require a lot of different activities, such as development of new infrastructure and policy roadmap to direct our activities to meet that strategic directive. And this roadmap has 6 key areas, and that's alternative daily cover policy, economic incentives and disincentives, siting and capacity development, regulatory and permitting constraints, research, and then education and procurement, which is the heart of why we're here today. Alternative daily cover, as you know, at the landfill, green material can be used to cover the landfill every day as an alternative to dirt. And the board convened an ADC policy work group, and that work group basically got together to discuss different ideas related to alternative daily cover, and they came up with some recommendations for our board, and from that our board directed staff to develop an ADC toolbox. So this toolbox is going to have case studies, model ordinances, and compost specifications, and that kind of thing that will help cities to use that material in other ways, especially in light of the closing of some landfills such as Puente Hills in LA County, where cities won't be able to use ADC anymore. Economic incentives and disincentives, so this is can be tax credits or carbon credits, that kind of thing, that maybe the board can work with other agencies to come up with and encourage organics management. Siting and capacity development, we did an online survey and some interviews. We also did some workshops to discuss the barriers and possible solutions to siting organics facilities, since we know that that can often be the biggest barrier to organics management. And from that, we had some great suggestions, and thank you if any of you participated in those. And we are working to coordinate with air and water regulatory agencies, because that can often be a barrier. And we're also developing a web-based information clearinghouse and looking at the current and needed infrastructure. Regulatory and permitting constraints. We are currently doing a project to look at our regulations to determine if any of them are impeding organics management unnecessarily. We want to protect public health and safety, but we don't want to do it in a way that's not making it so that we can manage organics effectively. So we're looking at some key pieces of our regulation to see if we can revise that. We're doing a lot of different research projects, and that information will be coming out soon. Will be on our website. We're doing projects on biofuels and compost emissions and agricultural specifications, among others. And then education and procurement, so that's why we're here today. This workshop series actually came out of a previous workshop series that was done in 2006 and 2007 that was in coordination with Caltrans. And we actually worked with Caltrans to develop some specifications for using compost, and also developed a manual for compost use, and actually the authors of that manual are here today, and everybody's getting a copy.